Ladies and gentlemen, DJB Productions Network is proud to present WTF. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave us some comments, share the channel, scratch your face. There's a lot of things for you to do, but do those couple things I did first, okay? We got a great show. Let's talk to our people. We got Brandon Smith.
DJB Productions. What the fuck?
We got Val Thompson.
What the fuck?
And we got Chrissy Pinot.
Hi guys, what the fuck?
That's exactly what I was saying this entire morning. Everybody,
Me too.
Yeah.
We got a great show today. We're going to talk about, and this is kind of funny. Is it worth it to date somebody who is hot? Okay.
No.
Be it on. Okay. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Hope everybody had a great time. No, but we're going to talk about this because, like, there is. I don't think anybody ever really talks about this. Like, everybody wants somebody that's nice looking. Everybody wants somebody that's attractive, etc. But at the end of the day, is it really worth it? Do you know? And I'm not talking about finding love or something like that, but I'm just talking about in general in dating and relationships. Is it really worth it? Brandon says no. I say no. In a lot of, I'm not saying go with some god awful toxic Avenger. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, but like, right. But I'm saying, but like, are you?
And girls would feel the same way about guys, not just saying guys feel that way about girls.
Well, you know, I want to ask that. That's a good question, Brandon. Brandon, I want to ask that question. Girls, when you're,
I don't know. I think I'm pretty. I'm not trying to say I'm not worth it because I mean I think I'm attractive. Well, no, I like attractive men, so we make a great couple together. You know, we look nice together.
Yeah, so did the statues at the fucking Oscars, but that's not what we're talking about. What we're saying is like, and Pinot, from your personal experience, you go out clubbing. This is way before Mark and children and all this other stuff, right? When you were out dating, seriously dating, right? And you were out there.
I was probably more of a headache for guys, especially
you probably
back
were.
then.
But what about for you though? I want your perspective on your end when you're going with guys. Like you're going out with hot guys and stuff like that. You're finding in the clubs or whatever. And like after you Mickey collided them, they come back to your house all like drugged up, and you're like, oh, hello, misery. No, I'm saying no, seriously though. Like you meet these guys, these good-looking guys. Were they worth your time, or was it more of a pain in the ass?
I guess it's a pain in the ass. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. And why? Why?
It's just a matter of what you want to deal with. What do you want to? What do you want to deal with? Because
give us some general pain in the ass reasons. Like what? Why would that be a pain?
Like,
in the
don't
ass?
look in the mirror more than me. Like that's just fucking like ridiculous. Like if you're in your rearview mirror checking yourself out more than I am in the passenger side mirror, or like the mirror on the side, like checking out my lip gloss, making sure I look pretty, then that would be like a red flag. I'm like, nah, I don't want you. Right. But you can be good looking and confident. So I think I always went with like guys that I found attractive to be very good looking, but also have that confidence in them that they are good looking, but they don't have to like.
But if you,
like, don't up to me. We're not.
But back then, now granted, you know, hindsight's 2020. You're older now, so obviously your taste changed and stuff like that. But back then, would it be that if someone was confident, you're laughing, I'm not trying to make a joke now. If someone was that confident, right? But let's say they weren't that hot, but they were really confident. Would that be attractive to you still? And maybe back then, versus now. Would it be back then? Back then, there you go.
No, back then, probably not. Today,
probably not. Yeah. Okay, today, yeah, because now you there's a deeper meaning in what you're looking for and stuff like that. But back then, it was very superficial. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. Because you weren't thinking long term. You were thinking Saturday night.
Yeah, I was thinking like, you know, I'm good arm candy. Let somebody be arm candy for me. Why not?
Right. Now, Val, you actually have been with both sides of the fence, right? Are the good-looking girls and the good-looking guys the same pain in the ass?
In my dating years, and sadly, this wasn't even like in my 20s or whatever, but I have strictly cut my like hot dating to sex, and that's it. Because like that's what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't all like. I mean, of course, I had like attractive boyfriends and stuff. But, like the really hot ones, they were just there for that, and that's it.
See, there's a woman that knows what she wants. There you go. Right.
That's how it went. Yeah.
Now I can say on my part that I definitely the first thing you're attracted to is someone that's like stunningly visually beautiful, like a beautiful woman. But you very quickly see everything that starts to come with it. I'll give you a short story. When I was in 9th grade, right now, 9th grade, you're in the high school for the first time, right? So it's a new experience for a young kid, etc. And you remember, like when you're in the lunchroom, you had those long tables, right? That you sat at lunch, there was like rows of them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The one day, it was Rose Day. Did everybody remember Rose Day in high school?
I do.
You bought a rose, and you gave it to somebody, right? Well, it was Rose Day, and we're at lunch, and this girl who was in 10th grade, so a grade above me, and actually was dating a 10th grader that I became friends with, but I had this crush on her, and he knew that she wasn't going to get with me, so he didn't give a fuck that I liked her or not. You know what I mean? Like, it was whatever. But I bought her a rose because I was like, this girl is so beautiful, right? I bought a rose. So I buy her a rose. I'm at this end of the table, and I buy a rose, and I send it down the line of people and saying that, hey, this is from Dan, this is from Dan, this is from Dan, right? So I send it down, and I don't even bother looking. I just keep talking to my friends, blah, blah, blah. I get a tap on my shoulder. I look over, and the person next to me goes, right? So I look down, and she's like, the rose back up. And at that point,
I would never have done that. Wow.
That was the rudest. That was the rudest.
No,
that was your first experience.
It was.
But I'll tell you what, though, that like never. Right. I never did that. I was not. I'm not
Those
rude.
attitudes.
That's attitude. You know what? Where the hell is she at today? You know what I mean?
Oh, it's funny though. I've DJ'd.
Somebody should have like went after her to do that because that's like a lot of
courage. No, she actually is still good looking.
That's like so much courage for you to do that in 9th grade.
Yeah.
And she just gave you the finger, like fuck you.
Yeah.
I think that's sweet, and I probably would have went up to you and. Like, not that we would have dated, but even if this was like older in a club scene or the bar scene, I would have given you not giving you, but I would have like at least like went over and acknowledged
it. Right.
Right. That was very
thank you, but I don't like you that much.
On.
Yeah, thank you. I like vagina. No.
I like you as a friend, but we're not together.
But fast forward though, I've done many DJ gigs where she's actually been at them and she's still hot as fuck. She really is. I mean, married kids, stuff like that. She still looks really good. But she awkwardly cannot talk to me. She wanted songs at this wedding, and she sent her kids up to request them because she didn't want to talk to me herself. Because she knew how like awkward it would be because of how much of an asshole she was.
You should apologize by now.
Fast forward.
That's immature because that's like that could be a funny story where she comes up and she's like, "Do you remember?"
I make it hilarious.
I was an asshole that day when I was in high school.
And I still am.
Remember that?
I still am.
Let's move on. Oh, by the way, can you see that song I'm requesting?
Yeah, But now the funny thing is, about a year later, Italy Jackets came out. You remember Italy Jackets?
Yeah.
And I had a real nice one right from South Philly, right? Because my parents are all from South Philly and all. So I get an Italy jacket, and she goes, "Oh, can I wear your jacket?" And I go like this. And I walked away. And I walked away. I said, "Yeah, if you buy one."
There you go.
I was like, "Fuck you." I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with you. I mean, like you became ugly really, really fast for me, and. The difference is between myself, say, and another person, perhaps, is that I did have confidence. Going back to what Pinot was saying, I had confidence in myself. Like I didn't let that bother me. I was like, "What an asshole," and moved on. You know what I mean?
That scar you from they deter you from going up to future hot girls.
Right. I know. I went up to a lot of future hot girls. Val knows. I go up to a lot of future hot girls. I'm married, and I still go up to future hot girls right now. You never know what's going to happen. Shows get canceled. I mean, shit happens. Brandon.
Can't go nuts, go naked.
Yeah. Brandon, tell us something. Did you have any problem like that that you can reflect on?
My experience now, like, if it just, takes you too long to get ready, you're not committed, you're late, you're always flaking. It's just like, okay, we made plans, now let's stick with it. And I mean, if you're an hour late, that's a turn off.
But isn't that like, now granted,
it just
no, you should never be an hour late.
The thing is the women that are so hot and to go to the gym, everything, and you're like, oh man, and they can
but if they show up,
you like them, they'll shut you down at first, and then that takes away your confidence, or it just says, all right, well, I'm not dealing with this. I need to get a real connection with
Brandon,
someone.
if they show up an hour late,
communication, always the communication is most important too, and I feel like they don't keep that communication just on text over text or calling back, and then
so wait a second.
So is it that they are not? I think it might be that they're not confident. They are so pretty.
Pinot, before you say what you're going to say,
skinny, I could say girls that just try and keep like 0% body fat. They like think that they're fat. They have like a meal. If they're bloated, it's like
that's because they're mental.
Then you get a girl that has a little bit.
Let me ask you this though.
Good weight. And they just flaunt
it. If that girl shows up an hour late, right, and she looks like there's an hour's worth of work in, I'm going to kind of take it as a compliment that girl really did her shit.
Like,
but if she shows up an hour late, and I'm like, this is what I get.
The real problem is when you finally
you were worried about coming out today,
And then you lay in the bed and she's there laying like a dead fish during sex. I mean,
if I tell Pinot and I are friends. And there's nothing romantic happening between me and Pinot. But if I say, Pinot, let's go to Chick-fil-A real quick and go get nuggets, she'll dial herself up for 45 minutes before she comes in.
Oh no, I will not, because I love
if you're gonna be seeing my car, I'm throwing it up.
No, not for no Chick-fil-A. We better be going to another app like Fogo de Chao. But
no,
not there.
You go to Fogo de Taco Bell. And you'll
I'm actually like, I look.
Let me tell you something. If I'm taking you to Fogo de Chao, we are getting together. I got news. That's what's happening. And I'll page Mark. I'll be like, Mark, Fogo de Chao. He's like, oh, dude, you might as well just do it. Yeah, just go ahead. He'll give me permission because he's like, dude, that's a guy thing.
He'll be like, I went there 3 weeks ago. I spent $300. Go ahead, take
yes, yes, easily. I love that.
I was blown away when I asked this hot chick, "Where do you want to go? Anywhere to eat?" And then she turns around and says, "Let's just go to Taco Bell." And I'm like, "Hell,
that's great. Marry that girl. Marry her. Marry that girl. She's like, dude, I just want to spend time with you. That is fantastic." Think about that for a second. I took a friend of mine now. Now, this is just a friend that I knew for years. Now, we kind of dated back in high school a little bit. But she's married, I'm married, blah, blah, blah. And we just met up for drinks because we haven't met up in years, right? And I'm talking like high school, like 10th, 11th grade on up. And we're now in our 40s. You know what I mean? We met up for drinks at somewhere, right? And I said, yeah, get whatever you want. She gets a fucking $9 fucking glass of wine. Right? I'm like, I'm not sleeping with you. Like, what the fuck is this about? Right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a
house wine wasn't good enough.
Yeah, right?
Online,
the spit bucket, you couldn't drink this from the spit bucket.
All the girls that are trying to get a hold of you online right now, Instagram, I think, you might have been talking about this, how younger girls are just putting themselves out there and dancing around it. And then they're asking you for money. They're like right now, guys are just getting blown up on Instagram. Like, hey, how are you? And they're from like North Carolina or these different states, Texas, whatever. And it's like all about it. And then it's like, can you just send me $100 because my phone, the phone died, the phone broke. I need a new. So I'm like, or you want to send me money so I can fly out there? And
so it's like, a virtual sugar daddy.
Like, if I ain't fucking you, I'm not paying.
Right?
I'm not paying for
Good.
it. We go Dutch until we hit the sack. Okay?
Yeah. I'm talking wooden shoes. I'm talking everything.
Old school.
Yeah.
Old school. Old school. I'm packing a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Hey, I've also heard from guys, the hotter the women, the crazier they are. I don't know if that's
well, you know what though? I think
There's
what
never
happens
real
is a hot
connection
woman.
either. It's like they are more self-confident.
I think, yeah, but you know what though? Now confidence is good.
They're confident. They have no confidence. They're beautiful and they don't have confidence.
I think the problem is that confidence is good, but some of these women that are really super hot feel entitled, and that's where it breaks down. That's
where better love me.
I love a confident woman.
You have to talk to them like, yes, sweetheart, how are you? I love you, babe.
But it's like
the best thing in the world. Sliced bread.
Pinot somewhat said it like
no, nobody talks like that here. No,
Pinot
is hot and real.
No, she mentioned it in the conversation. No, she is real. She mentioned it in the conversation of saying like, like not getting back in text or something like that. This came up just a few minutes ago, and that is one of those things where it's like, I'll get back to you when I want to get back to you. No, bitch, I'm asking you for something now. I'm trying to talk to you now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have a conversation with me. If you can't talk to me, you say, hey, I'm working or whatever. But if you're just sitting there like grabbing your crotch and like, saying whatever, I'll get back to you, whatever. It's like, okay. Like I dated somebody like that. And I was just like, so then you're like,
next day they're like, oh, sorry.
You might text straight through, so I sent another text.
I was really tired.
Okay, but wait a second now. Yeah. Let's flip this a little bit. Okay, so you're saying that hot girls are too much drama.
And guys too.
Some guys are too. No, guys are too.
Okay, so date a non-attractive chick, or and how is it different? I'd like to know.
Well, with the non-attractive chick,
you'll get more out of one that's not as hot, not as attractive.
Down to earth.
Guys.
I think it comes down to down to earth.
You're just talking about you're looking for it, right?
Yeah. Because if I get a girl,
hold on, what Brandon?
Oh, we have a guy we work with that's good looking kid. He knows it, and he won't give girls the time of day. It's like
he's actually. I give you an exact example because this happened and I work right in front of him. Right, this guy's talking about. This kid's a bodybuilder. He was when he was young. He was chubby. He was kind of like fat, and he didn't like that. So he got into bodybuilding, and now he's like this little Adonis. He looks like Steve Rogers, Captain America. He really honestly does.
Yeah,
and he's ripped. Boom, 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 boom. He's got muscles, and my wife's like, oh, let me see that picture of him. Blah, blah, blah. My wife always asks me, right? So like. He's a nice kid. He's like 26, right?
Girls will give him numbers and everything.
Girls will give him numbers. He's like,
no. Yeah, right.
Now, granted, this one girl that gave him a number at work. Granted, you don't piss where you eat. Okay, but
correct.
But this girl at work said, hey, give me a call sometime, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's cute when they put like little hearts on their eyes of their name and stuff like that. It's just really dolling this shit up.
At 26? That's a little weird.
Whatever. Just you go along with it. Just shut up. Now, what happens is, right? And she's like, I don't want to insult the girl, but like, obviously she's not watching this. So it doesn't matter. But like, it's one of those things where, she probably could be considered a little white trashy. A little bit, a little Delco. She could be considered a little Delco, even though she's not Delco, right?
Okay.
But she wasn't a bad-looking girl. Nice body, not a bad-looking face. She's a girl that can probably scrap, if you understand what I'm saying. So, is she probably what you're looking for to marry? No, not at all. But she was like, if this girl came up to me and said, hey, what's going on? Blah, 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 let me get your number. I'd probably give her my number, and not expect.
She's a girl to fuck. That's what that is.
In a way,
Yeah.
And who knows? You may grow on you like a fungus. And who knows if she has any? You may grow on you like a fungus, but you might have a connection, right?
You gotta go with it.
It wasn't like it's Cindy Crawford. It wasn't like it's Cindy Crawford or Jennifer Lopez or something like that. It's just a nice looking girl. And he was like, and he threw the number away. Like that. I was like, really, dude? Like, when he goes for other gym rats. And I said to him, I said, but you're going to be competing with who's working out better at the gym and stuff like that. I said, is that what you really want? Like, and he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't think you're going to get, to get a confident woman is great because then she's not relying on you and up your ass every 5 seconds. But if you get a girl that like thinks her shit doesn't stink, because she knows how hot she is. Now you're getting into a different scenario where it's like, now I got to cater up to this. I got to fucking posy up to this. And is it worth my time? And a lot of times, not to get graphic, but a lot of times the sex is not that great because there's so much showmanship. It's like watching a movie with great trailers.
What I was saying.
Great trailers, but the movie sucks.
And then it's like, oh, I have to have the Louis Vuitton. I have to have the Coach, Michael Kors, all these name brands.
And I'd be like, why are you sleeping with all these guys? They're like,
well, let me tell you something. I am the whole fucking complete package. So I don't know. I don't look at that.
A gym rat hot girl like that, she wouldn't even be able to do this show. She wouldn't. Right. It's like they don't have the confidence to actually be outgoing.
Right.
And they're just like, I'm here for beauty. Look at me. Oh, you try to talk to them, it's one word answers, or it's just, there's not a good conversation. And they won't even get mad at you or blow up. You see, a relationship is real when you actually have a little argument or something and see what you come out of it.
And you know what? This doesn't happen with guys, but like these type of women that we're talking about are also the ones that get angry when guys look at them or gawk at them, and it's like, but you look amazing.
Yeah, you put on a tube top, your tits
God bless you if you got to flaunt it.
But don't say anything to me. Don't honk at me when I drive by.
I can go like this with blinders on. Like, really?
Now, this is obviously a very sensitive subject with these two men because they are just...
because we're calling you out. We're calling you out. No, Pinot doesn't do that. I said to Pinot, we were drunk, and I said, Pinot, you're hot. She goes, yeah, I know. That was it.
Yeah, I know. See, that's great.
And we kept on talking.
Right. And we got another drink. Let's get another drink. That was it. Pinot's like, I know it. Shut up.
You off.
Yeah, she didn't like wait or pause on her answer.
So wait, what ended up happening?
Nothing.
We were at a birthday party.
Yeah, we were at a birthday party. We closed it out. We closed out a birthday party that the birthday people left really early.
We were just talking.
And we actually, I think, talked for an hour about why they left early. Because we're assholes.
I'm a great conversationalist.
She is.
Obviously.
Pinot and I,
I'll tell you what, I have not. Okay, so I used to always read Glamour, Cosmo. I know all the, knew the dating tricks and games. And, I had already knew, like, guys don't like it when a girl orders a salad. So, I don't want a salad. I'm not eating like a bird. You're taking me out to eat. One key thing would be like whatever the guy orders, I definitely would make him order first when I was out on a date. I don't like ordering for me because if I'm not going to like the food that you order, I'm not going to eat it.
That makes sense.
I'm starving. I definitely but I will order in the price range of what you ordered. So if you're ordering a steak, first up on a first date, I'm not ordering a steak because I'm not going to feel bloated, but I'm definitely going to order within that price range.
Right.
But I did have friends, and I do know a lot of females that still they'll go out on dates. Like, I ordered a salad. I'm like, that's so corny. Why did you do that? Guys don't like that. So girls don't really know. I like to say I'm a hot girl with a man's brain.
Marry that one.
I do think I do.
The cool thing about Pinot is that she does not take interest in herself. She takes interest in who she's talking to. And that's what makes her that much more attractive. Goes back to the confidence thing, but it goes into where no, I'm being honest, because it's one thing where she's like, yeah, I already know about this. Let's talk about you for a second. She's like a female Johnny Bravo. So it's like, but I find that to be cool because you get past the bullshit, because me and Pinot laugh constantly when we're together. How about it? We laugh constantly about the stupidest shit. And it's not because it's dumb shit, but because we observe a lot of stuff and we can look at each other and be like, because
when we're at parties or social settings, we definitely will see the same things that our It's freaking funny as shit.
We have a lot of the
Said
same
something,
mental.
we're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
We
what I
do.
say when you go out on dates and you're first meeting someone, even before
Correct.
you start talking, you could tell them, about you and everything, but then you turn around to the girl and you say, so what about you? What's your story? And they love, girls love to talk about themselves.
Now, I'll tell you,
actually
well,
works
that's
out a
the
lot
thing
better.
right there. I don't go into my story because it's too much.
But
so I'm like,
it's
so
good
it's
for
gotta
a guy
like,
to get a lot of information about a girl, to know about them too, so they know how to treat you and everything.
Right.
After start from the dating, and
no,
then now when you call on the phone the next day after you left the date, you're like, okay, this guy actually knows about me, which makes you feel more confident and comfortable about talking to them the next day or on. Because if you don't ask them and you talk about yourself the whole time, the girl's gonna be like, yo, all this guy did was talk about his motherfucking self.
Yeah.
And then the other way, she's gonna be like, wow, this guy really cared about me. He really thought, to ask me all the questions, where I'm from.
Brandon, that sounds wonderful in your dating world, but we both know that does not work. Because when a female unloads way too much,
then
it is a
too much.
What the fuck moment.
Well, here's the thing.
Like, whoa,
right.
I'm scared. No. Alarms are going off in their head.
Right.
And maybe if they're not confident enough to talk about their past or how they grew up,
I was at
not on the first date.
Guys,
not on the first date.
I will leave you in this in closing.
Awkward, then guy's not going to pursue it. But tell them all about it. But try and leave out the really raunchy stuff, like the threesomes and stuff. Don't talk about that. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you something in closing. In closing, I'm gonna leave you with something. We were out at Manayunk. For those of you in the Philadelphia area, we were in Manayunk, me and a buddy of mine, and we were at one of these breweries or whatever. And he's talking to random girls, like exactly what we're talking about. Top girls, whatever. He's getting hammered and he's talking to these girls. And the girl, he's talking to the girl. And he said, "Oh, what's your name?" She goes, "I'm so and so." "Oh, I'm so and so, right?" He goes, "So what do you do?" Like, this is the general conversation you have when you're meeting somebody. And she goes, "Oh, well, I work with mentally deficient kids, and I'm an aide and blah blah blah." He goes, "Oh wow, I work with fucked up kids too." And then she looks at me and she goes, "Dan, it was really nice to meet you." And then she walked off. Right. So in closing,
nice.
Sometimes these meetings can be really funny, but I think we need to get past the surface if you're going to have something that's worth dealing with. Otherwise, if you get to the point of sex, get in, get out. I think we're all saying that. That's what Val says. Val says it's get in, get out. I love how Val is like the most innocent person here, and Val's like, I'm the lesbian. I just bang hot guys and then I get rid of them. Val's great. Val is so good.
Well, I mean, that's how it was. So
that's how it is. Yeah, she's just living
living
a life. So, guys, I don't know what you want to do. Down in the comments below, tell us about. Leave us a comment. Tell us, keep it clean, but tell us if what you think. Let's see what you hear. Tell us if you
think it's worth it to date a hot guy or a hot chick.
Pinot shows up. She's got a bag of frozen meatballs and she's got her makeup in her other hand, and she says, "I'm ready to walk."
I got my gym work.
She has her gym clothes on.
Let's hurry up and eat so we can get to the bedroom.
Yes. Yes. I got a Mickey Colada in my future. No. So she but leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. And make sure you join us every week, every Saturday. We put up a new episode. Make sure you're checking out the other shows as well. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and always share the channel. For Brandon, for Pinot, and for Val, my name is Danny J. Until next time, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Bye, guys.